How I got a car dealership to give my friend a newer car. Circa 2020 January, my friend makes a stupid decision and buys a brand new car he can't afford. His insurance is like $400 a month. He makes like $10.25 an hour working as a shift supervisor at McDonald's. His car payment is like $795 a month. Now at $10.25 an hour, 30 hours a week, that's a weekly income of about $300 a week or about $1,230 a month, so yay. So my friend came to me for help because I used to sell cars and know the industry pretty well. I go over his paperwork. The dealer did rip him off, but my friend is trying to find a way to get out of this mess. And ripping someone off isn't illegal. They did of course overcharge him for warranty, they gave him a higher APR, they had add-ons, etc. But none of that is illegal, and I know the only way I can get my friend out of this deal is if they did something illegal. So I look at his finance application that my friend signed. It correctly listed his income. Which turned a light bulb on in my head. No bank is going to approve someone for a $795 car payment if they are only making $1,200 a month. It does not make mathematical sense to do that. So I start searching through his paperwork for the finance app the dealer submitted to the bank. Oftentimes when you submit a finance application at a dealership, the dealership will take the hand-filled out application and reproduce it electronically. This is pretty normal. However, on the application the dealer submitted to the bank, the dealer said my friend was a GM of the McDonald's and made $70,000. My friend had good credit, so it doesn't appear like the bank asked for proof of income. So I go to the dealership with my friend and tell the sales manager he's going want to put me in touch with the GM because we are going to be unwinding my friend's deal and giving his trade-in back. The sales manager thought I was joking. The GM also thought I was joking. Then I demonstrated how his dealership finance department committed bank fraud. I showed the GM the finance app my friend filled out. I then showed the GM the finance app his dealership submitted to the bank and pointed at the income difference. My friend really made $14,000 a year. The dealership claimed my friend made $70,000 a year. That's bank fraud, that's a felony. Let's keep this simple, shall we? The GM sees his dealership is in a load of acid. The proof I am presenting to him is rock solid. He knows it, I know it, we are all on the same page. He goes, okay, so what can I do to make this right? I go unwind the deal, give me my friend his trade-in back. Unwinding the deal is basically the GM agreeing to cancel the deal, and basically erasing the deal and pretending it never happened. GM tries to avoid that, but I remain firm and remind him we can easily take this documentation and turn his life in a living hell. He knows I'm right. My friend also needs a car to get to work the next day. The GM says he'll check into it. He comes back and tells me unfortunately they sold his trade-in already. I said that's fine. Unwind the deal and let's put my friend into something as good or slightly better than what he traded in for. So the GM goes, so he'll buy a car similar to his trade-in? I said no, you'll give him a car similar to his trade-in. The GM goes, it doesn't work that way. I go, it does when you commit bank fraud. GM is upset with me and I remind him, I'm being really nice and this situation can totally get really ugly. Like felony level charges ugly. Like losing your franchise ugly. So yay, this is going hurt, but it's going hurt less my way. So the GM goes, alright, and he looks in his inventory and he tells me they have a 2007 Focus with 10k more miles. I tell him no, the car you give my friend needs to be the same or better than what he traded in. The GM counters, I'm giving him a free car, and I go, no, you took his trade in, you sold it, you made money on that sale, you also committed a felony in the process of selling him his new car, you are now correcting that mistake. This isn't a free car for my friend. This is you are correcting your mistake. GM insists that's what he's willing to do. I tell him if he can't do better then that we will go to a consumer protection attorney and have a conversation with them. My friend didn't want to go this route, but it was our plan B. We get up. The GM says, wait, give me a second. The GM goes, I have a 08 Civic. It has 5k more miles, but it's a Civic and not a Focus. I unwind the deal on the new car, and put your friend in the Civic at no extra cost. We agree. GM has the paper drawn up, the old loan on the new car is cancelled. They take in the new car again, but because it's already titled they'll have to sell it as used. That sucks for them, and they gave my friend a better car than the one he traded in. For people asking why we didn't get a lawyer involved from the start, we could have done that, but courts take a long time, and this was a faster way to fix the situation. Story 2, use me? Cheat on me? Enjoy losing your friends and family and have fun being ignored at work. Bonus points for possibly become homeless. I just found out 2 days ago that my boyfriend of 4 years is gay. Our relationship was a lie. He used me to cover his sexuality because he wasn't ready to expose himself. He told me that himself. He pretended to love me for 4 years. He acted like the perfect boyfriend for 4 years. We were discussing marriage and kids. He even took me to looking at engagement rings. All while he was having an affair with a man. To top all that, his boy toy called me 2 hours after I walked in on them. Why? To tell me that he was bi and we could all just be together. Are you kidding me? I'd he was making fun of me, or if he was really stupid enough to think that was a good idea. But yeah, if you're gay but act straight, I effing hate you. What's worse is that my family believes I should have been nicer to him because gay people have it rough enough already. So because he's gay then I can't be mad? I can't be angry? I need to be nicer? To him? After his boy toy called, I texted my now ex if he was seriously making fun of me, and he just said that it wouldn't be a bad idea. So I lost it. His mom and I were very close, so I texted her a lengthy message explaining what happened, and I told her that I can't stay in contact with her, at least not for the time being. She was shocked but understanding of why I need to go NC. Well, his parents disowned him. Not for being gay but because of what he did to me. The idiot went on social media to complain that his parents disowned him for being gay, but multiple family members commented and exposed him for the shitty human being that he is. Some of his co-workers had him on FB and TikTok and they saw everything, and now no one at work talks to him because of what he did to me. His friends were disgusted when they found out. His friends always liked me and they're also really big on monogamy, so they didn't want to be friends after they learned the truth. He needs to move out because we live together and now he can't afford rent on his own, but his budget is very tight so he doesn't have many options. And they broke up. My ex had a fit when his mom called him. In retaliation he broke the TV, my laptop, cut some of the clothes I still had at the apartment and smashed the coffee machine. So yeah, his boyfriend didn't like his outburst and he ended things. Edit. Yes, I am suing him for the damages. Update. I want to start by saying I wrote this post in a state of anger and I was too emotional to realize how bad it sounded. I do not hate gay people. I have no problems with the community. I'm sorry if I came off as a homophobic BTCH. I really am not. I was just emotional, so I will like to apologize. I understand the community is going through a lot and I didn't want to come out as insensitive. So I'm sorry. Now the actual update. I received some comments and PMs from people that advised me to get a restraining order and make sure he can't find me. I unfortunately didn't consider them enough, and as some predicated, he followed me from my BFF's place to the grocery store and he trashed my car. I'm talking slashed tires, broken windows, and what I think it's oil all over my car. Thankfully the parking lot has cameras and the police identified him in no time. He was arrested. I am definitely filling for a restraining order and I'm looking to move to a different city. I will have to see him again in the courtroom though. Also, his ex-boy toy agreed to testify that he witnessed my ex breaking my things at the apartment. My ex is also going to be examined by a professional due to his actions. It appears he may be suffering from some mental illnesses. I've contacted his parents and they are in shock, but they still refuse to have any contact with him. Story 3. Told my ex-friend that he was cheating on his girlfriend with a coworker and now he's getting deported. My ex-friend was cheating on his girlfriend. I know his girlfriend because he talked about her all the time at the office we worked together. He would mention her and talk about how he can't wait to marry her and live with her forever. He started a sexual affair with our coworker and then started hitting on my girlfriend. I confronted him about both of these things and he lied to my face about it. I know he lied because I was in possession of the evidence, text messages and voicemails which show his words and plans to engage in infidelity. He tried to gaslight me because he didn't know I had any proof. The coworker didn't know that my ex-friend was in a relationship and that he was cheating on his girlfriend. So I told my coworker. And then I told his girlfriend by sending her the evidence of his infidelity. I didn't plan for this to happen, but apparently he was planning on marrying his girlfriend so that he can stay in the country he's here on student visa, which is about to expire. If he married his GF, he would have gotten citizenship. Apparently, he got dumped and now may have to leave the country. I know this sort of makes me in a shoal, but duck that guy. Not only did he hit on my girlfriend, but he lied to my ducking face about it. So I blasted his life with the truth and now he's a wreck at work. Anyway, duck that guy. Edit. Whoops, I used the wrong word. I said deported, but that's not right. He would have tried to apply for a green card. He had a plan to make it happen and I just got in the way of it by telling the truth. Everyone at work knows. He didn't get fired because there was no policy against coworkers hooking up or anything. Story 4. Accidental petty revenge on ex. I decided to go to homecoming with my friends because I thought it'd be really fun. I bought a 2-piece homecoming fit a couple weeks beforehand and showed it off to one of my friends. This friend proceeded to tell me that this girl that was not very favored in our school for personal reasons was going to wear the same thing. I told her there was no way I wanted to go to homecoming matching with her, so she suggested I try on her old homecoming dress. It fit pretty well and I fell in love with it immediately, so I went with it. Fast forward to homecoming. I walk in with my friend, we turn in our tickets and put glow sticks on our wrists. We're chatting up our friend group in the corner when one of my friends points out my ex and his new girlfriend. My ex-best friend had arrived. Being the sweetheart she was, ex-best friend came up to me and gave me a hug, giving me quite a fake "it's so nice to see you." My ex-best friend, and the entirety of my friend group watched as we hugged, and came to the realization that we were wearing the exact same dress. My ex got all mad about it, talking crap to his new girlfriend and his friends about how she did that on purpose because she wanted to make you look bad, blah blah blah. I just found it rather funny. The best part was later during one of the slow dances, a guy that my ex considered to be his exaggerated mortal enemy came up to me and asked if he could dance with me. I accepted his offer, all the while my ex looked up from his perfect girlfriend to watch my new love story unfold. The jealousy that burned in his eyes keeps me going every day, and made the dance all the more better. Edit, I wanted to clarify. First off, I put perfect girlfriend because that's all my ex called my ex-best friend. He cheated on me with her, and that's why this story has a sour taste. Second, the girl who I almost matched outfits with the first time is not the ex-best friend, but a random girl from school. I ended up matching with ex-best friend because I had switched outfits beforehand. Thirdly, yeah, I did pay a lot of attention to what he was thinking and if he was watching me. The breakup happened like 2 weeks or so before homecoming, so I was still upset about it. Story 5. My girlfriend refused to let her terminally ex see his dog, so I took it to him. My girlfriend kept the dog that her ex had after they broke up. It's originally his and he tried to get it back but she wouldn't let him. I heard he stopped trying to get it back after a while because he got sick. It's been months now. I heard that her ex was very sick and had sent his relative to try to tell my girlfriend to let him see the dog, but she refused and threatened to call the cops on them. I found this so cruel of her, especially since it's originally his dog, so that was unnecessary, cruel and unsympathetic. Despite not being a huge fan of dogs, I put it in my car, contacted the guy her ex and went over to his mother's house to let him see the dog. He cried when he saw his dog and spent 2 hours with it before I took it back. He was so appreciative, though I only did this because of being human. I know if I was in his place I'd want someone to help me see my beloved pet when my ex keeps refusing for no reason other than to be bitter and petty. The guy passed away days ago. Thinking about it, I feel relieved that I did what I did, although I can't tell anyone. She doesn't know that I drove the dog to her ex that day while she was at work. Story 6. My girlfriend just gave birth to our first child. I know I'm not the biological father and I revealed I knew as soon as she gave birth. I'll try to keep this short because I'm planning to go to a bar soon. I found out when she was about 6 months along. The guy Brian approached me at my work. "Are you Sarah's boyfriend?" I said yeah and asked what he wanted. He said he was sorry that he had slept with her and swore he didn't know that she was with someone. I don't believe that. He then pulled out his phone to show the texts between them. They had been sleeping together or linking up for at least a year. Then she found out she was pregnant and they came to an agreement to just pretend the baby was mine. In return, she wouldn't lose her perfect life and he wouldn't be responsible for a baby. I knew it was weird. We had been having problems trying for a baby and all of a sudden she got pregnant so easily. But he explained that he had been thinking about it and he recently became a Christian. He said that he couldn't live his life knowing that I was living a lie while his child didn't know their real father. So yeah. I told him I'd keep in touch, and to not say that he said anything just yet. I've had a lot of time to think, but ultimately I decided to wait until she gave birth. To hurt her in her most vulnerable moment. I'll spare the details, but she went into labor, baby was born, and was taken to the NICU to be monitored for a bit. What should have been a beautiful moment of me holding my baby, was the most heartbreaking time of my life. Just knowing he was not mine hurt me. Once she was sewn up and comfortable, I started packing up my stuff to leave. She asked where I was going and I just told her. I know I'm not baby's name's father. You can act all shocked, but I know. Just ask Brian to come, I'm positive he'll sign the birth certificate. Then I left. She's been calling my phone over and over, even sending texts as I type this, and has even gotten her sister to call me a few times. It was hard pretending these last few months, but I think I'm satisfied. I feel really heartbroken though. I was planning to propose to her on the day our baby was born. I was gonna make her the happiest woman ever. Oh well. I'm going to go get shit-faced now. Story 7, wife 30F cheated on me 30 meters and I don't know what to do. Totally a throwaway. So I found out about a month ago or so. I had unfortunately saw a text I shouldn't have. And before you ask, no, I wasn't snooping. I confronted her about it the next day and she admitted that she had been emotionally and sexually contacting an old coworker. Nothing physical over making out. But the texting lasted for a good year. I assume I got almost every nude she sent to him. Cut to today, I'm trying to make things work out. We are doing counseling every week. I'm working not only on myself but our relationship. Yet I have doubts. I've tried to amp up our love life and it makes me feel closer, but I still feel hollow at times. For reference, we've been together 9 years and got married in 2019. I went through some serious family loss, which led me into a depression. I don't blame her for finding an emotional connection I wasn't giving her, and I love her still, but I'd what to do. I feel hollow, and friends and family give me the blanket statements. So please be honest, help me work through this moment of doubt. I'm broken. Edit. I'm getting a clear picture, I'm an idiot. Edit, she literally just said the year-long thing was over text because it was easier to be sexy and not feel weird or betraying. Y'all, I'm fighting for this. I love this person, I want to know how to get over this as healthy as possible, not totally nuking my life. Edit, y'all realize I have feelings, right? Edit, she did duck in my life's overnight yak. Edit, can we not forget I love this person, I know she was wrong. But duck, divorce isn't easy, this change of life isn't easy. I have 3 big as dog with a puppy, I'm constantly overwhelmed, I can't just not take care of them. Redditors reactions. Redditor 1, listen bro. I was in your situation and I believed her at the time. She said she only was texting him. I took her back. Over the next 2 years, more and more truth started coming out like onion layers. It wasn't just texting, she actually met him. It wasn't just meeting at the coffee shop, they actually went back to his SUV. They just didn't talk about life in the SUV, they made out. They didn't just make out, they actually had sex. And more. Took 2 years for her to confess all the gory details, which I cannot even tell you here. The trust is gone. You will never see her the same way. Time to cut your losses, file a divorce, you will pay some alimony. You don't love her. You love that you love someone, and you also love the pretense that they love you back when they clearly don't. I am very sorry for you, don't be like me. Please contact a lawyer and get a divorce. Redditor 2, if you for 1 second believe that over a year she has sent nudes, met up with him and only kissed him, you are a ducking deluded moron. Have some respect for yourself, that's all I have to say. Redditor follow up, over 9 months my ex told me the baby was mine. It turned out it was a mixed baby. Woman will lie straight to your face. Trust nothing from her mouth. Redditor 3, since she was disloyal during the past 12 months, it's on your wife to put remorse into action. From reading your post, it seems like you are taking the blame and making an effort here. What specifically has she been doing? Crying and apologizing doesn't count here. Your emotional issues from family loss is not a hall pass to her. Spouses are supposed to support each other strongly during these trying times, it's part of life. Instead, she had a year-long affair. That's cruel. Where is your outrage? Where is your self-respect? You feel empty because now you cannot trust your wife and have to monitor her behavior and whereabouts 100% of the time. That was not part of your original agreement. Would it make a difference for you if you learned that she managed to have time with the AP affair partner? If so, then call him and have a neutral what happened phone call. Why is less important than what with him? Redditor follow up, I think Op is taking responsibility for any role he played in why the marriage broke down whilst also having a boundary. Cheating is wrong. I commend him for this. I am so sorry you're going through this, Op. I don't think you'll find the right unbiased answer here because people's responses will likely be colored by their past experiences which may or may not apply to you. There's the obvious question about whether the physical was more than kissing. Do you need to contact her affair partner and torture both of you over the details? I don't know. I'd ask yourself what you'd get out of this and how it would change the outcome with your wife. I think the correct answer is to get your own therapist to support you in this time. They should be different than your couples therapist, so the couples therapist remains impartial to you and your wife. The one-to-one therapist can help you process boundaries and a way forward in any depression. I'd also give yourself more time. You don't have to decide right now. Figure out what space you need to process and make a decision and get yourself in a better place. These situations are highly complex and nuanced and don't fit in a Reddit post, and I don't think this major of a decision can be decided by anyone but you. Get the support system in place to form your own conclusion.